that I'm aware of is the indigent abatement. Commissioners, we had 10 indigent people in our community that applied for tax abatement. 7 of them have been recommended for approval for a total abatement of $4,189.03. There was 3, I'll read them by serial number instead of by name. 05-011-0152 was denied. 13-044-0034 was also denied, and 05-121-0023 is also being recommended being denied. So with that, Commissioners, I'd present the 2025 indigent abatements for your approval.
Okay, we did review those and gone over them in depth and done some research on them. So at this time, I would entertain a motion of abatement.
Okay, could you read the total amount of the abatement?
Total abatement is $4,189.03. That's a 50% of the taxes due on those 7 homes.
Okay, thank you. I would make a motion to approve the 2025 indigent abatement as presented.
Okay, entertain a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, due to some scheduling today, there's some items that we're going to move, and actually due to some lack of some data and stuff, there's a couple items we're going to table. But at this point, we're going to move number 15, employee benefit renewal proposal, presented by Tanya Craven, to this spot.
Tanya Craven, Human Resource Director. Thank you, first of all, for allowing for the change in the schedule of the commission meeting today. I wanted to go over some points regarding our county benefits program, and then I will drill into the cost of the renewals. It's not showing on the TV. Do I have the things to turn it on? And in my slide presentation, I have 3 slides that for some reason have gone to multiple people. The data that I put in there is not showing up, so I'm not able to put it into present mode. So there's that little bit of not prettiness as I would like. If it's up there, I'm not going to reach it. I could jump on the table, but
Yeah, that one is on. Is it plugged in underneath or wherever?
To the right spot there.
That's
hey, if you're not able to see my slides, then I can just talk you through
oh,
it.
we have the slide doctor.
Oh. Should have came in earlier and did a test run.
Well, usually
I
it
just plug in and
works.
we're good. I'm gonna unplug and plug it back in. Oh, okay. It's okay. I can just make it shorter and get to the main points and move past all the fluff. Oh, there we go. Oh, Ryan, dang it, I was gonna go right to the, I was gonna drill right into the points and move past all the fluff, but we're good. Thank you. Okay, so
Hoorah
this,
for Ryan.
yay, Ryan. Okay, again, I apologize that it's in this view and not in the present view. So this presentation is intended to eliminate the various benefit options and premiums costs available to employees for the 2026 year beginning on January 1st. I wanted to go over some specifics regarding our benefits and how employees and which employees are eligible for benefits. Full-time employees working 30 or more hours per week are eligible for coverage starting on the first day of the month after completing 30 days of qualified employment. Eligible dependents may also be enrolled in the selected benefit plans. So those are dependents 26 or under 26 that are still eligible to be on that benefit plan. Enrollment periods. Enrollment periods are within 30 days of hire. Employees have the opportunity to enroll in their benefit plan within 30 days of their hire date. This is a crucial window to ensure the coverage begins promptly. And annual open enrollment. An annual open enrollment period is provided for all employees. This is designated time each year when employees can make changes to their benefits and elections. We are currently working with GBS to try and launch open enrollment between October 20th and November 3rd. That will depend on Employee Navigator. We've been working with them to make sure that all of that information is uploaded for the 2026 calendar year, trying to get it as close to our wellness fair as possible, and also get this information to our clerk's office and payroll as quickly as possible. Changes after qualifying events. Changes to your benefit elections are only permitted after a qualifying life event. These events may include marriage, birth of a child, or other significant changes in circumstances. Sometimes employees forget to update those events and want to change their plans mid-year, and so there are some specific guidelines and rules regarding where and when those can happen. Pre-tax election restrictions. The IRS regulations impose strict limitations on making changes to pre-tax elections during the plan year. Once you enroll in benefits, alterations are typically only allowed during the next annual open enrollment period unless a qualifying life event occurs. We always request that HR is notified as soon as possible. We have had times in the past where someone has a new child and they're just enjoying that new time and they forget to get us the information. We'll have to try and backtrack through that to get them enrolled and on that, which is a lot of hoops to jump through. So just trying to give out some basic information today for the public as well. Examples of qualified life events are marital status, number of dependents, or eligibility for Medicare or Medicaid. It is crucial to understand these events to ensure timely benefit adjustment. And then when our coverage ends. Your health coverage will terminate on the last day of the month during which your work hours drop below 30 hours per week, impacting your eligibility for benefits. Coverage ends upon employment termination. If your employment with UINTAH County comes to an end, your coverage will cease on the last day of the month in which your employment ends, affecting both you and your dependents. And dependent coverage terminates concurrently. Dependent coverage will end when the coverage terminates or if the dependent no longer meets eligibility criteria, one of those things being age, of course, ensuring that all beneficiaries are accounted for during the employment changes. These are the slides that would not load, which is giving me such havoc. Our medical benefits overview. We are currently transitioned to self-funding. And because we're in self-funding, that allows us to look at our rates and as a commission decide, are we going to need to do those increases based on how our plan year has ran, or are we able to do a rate hold? And last year we did do an increase to our overall premiums to be able to provide for an estimated 5% cash flow, which we discussed in our last work session. However, with the plan running so well because of the employees recognizing that when we're self-funded, if our plans run well, then we're able to either hold those rates and hopefully in the future be able to do some decreases to those rates as well. But for this year, because of the overall employee engagement in their own health care, we're able to propose a rate hold, and those premiums are as shown above. This reflects our traditional choice plan. It has a 20% in-network, 40% out-of-network, 6,000 single and 12,000 family, and that's the maximum out-of-pocket, with the going to that first box, $1,000 for a single and $2,000 for a family for deductibles. And then the costs for the county are the same as they were last year. We're doing a complete rate hold for cost to county, the amount that the county pays, and the premium that the employee will see monthly. This is staying with Meritain as our TPA and then Aetna as our provider. Our high deductible health plan, same thing. It's $3,300 for a single, $6,600 for a family, and in that box you'll see the total premium payout, which would look the exact same as the 2025 calendar year, showing the 20% in-network, 40% out-of-network, and the maximum out-of-pocket being $6,000 for a single or $12,000 for a family. Our HSA accounts, I am proposing or requesting one change, and we talked about this a little bit in the work session. We currently fund $3,000 for families and $1,750 for singles. What I am requesting to try and help those that might want to participate in the high deductible plan and have access to HSA, a little bit of a cushion to soften the blow for prescription costs and doctor visits, things of that nature at the beginning of the year, to pre-fund the HSA accounts by $500. And then, as Mike had brought up in the work session, then make those adjustments for the 24 pay periods that HSA is put into those accounts. And then that way, at the beginning of the year, Clerk-Auditor's office can pre-fund those HSA accounts by $500 and then make those adjustments for the pay periods for the HSA. So I am asking that $500 be pre-funded for those accounts. I asked for more, but I'm satisfied with the $5.
And also that would go into effect for all employees on
Yes.
the high deductible. Not only the new ones that come over, but all
Right.
employees would receive the $500 up front at the first of the year.
Yes.
And then the rest of that would be spread out over the
Incrementally
remaining
over the
pay
24.
periods.
So hopefully, we have a few that are in this next group, which is the base plan, which if you look at the maximum out-of-pocket is where I really want to draw your attention to. To meet your maximum out-of-pocket for this plan is $16,300 for a single and $32,600 for a family. And when this plan was originally created, it was meant to be a decreased costs for families that are just starting out with their health insurance and to provide that pharmaceuticals, like for diabetic needs and things of that nature, because there's a set amount for this traditional plan. But with the $500 that I'm requesting, I'm hoping that will maybe catapult some of the people that are in this plan over to the high deductible health plan. But the premiums and all are the same, and the cost to the county is the same. Our dental insurance is with Delta Dental. Our deductible is $50 per person, $150 per family, and the annual maximum out-of-pocket, I believe, is $1,500. I thought I put that on the slide, but I must not have. And as we provide our plans, they're all as a bundle. So also the premiums that you saw earlier that are reflected in our previous handbook are plans that include the medical, the dental, the vision. All of that is all bundled together. And so this is just to put forward Delta Dental to remain as part of our bundle. And then our insurance is with IMED. IMED provides a comprehensive vision insurance that ensures your eye health is a priority. I just want to throw this out there, I love our vision plan because we also provide a $200 allowance for frames and contacts, and that's very generous to do that, and so that's annually, and then you also get that additional 20% off if you have, selected frames or whatnot that are higher than that cost, depending on utilizing which brands are available. So we would stay with IMED for our vision as well, and then continue with the generous plan that we have for our vision. Lincoln, we would want to stay with them for life, AD&D, and disability insurance benefits. Our life insurance and accidental death, I've shown the employee, it currently receives a $50,000 life insurance and AD&D of $250,000. Our disability is paid out at 2/3 of the monthly salary, with the maximum benefit being $7,000. And the disability has that 90-day waiting because you're on that FMLA for those 90 days, and then you would be eligible for it to go into disability depending on the circumstances, which is submitted and ran through HR. Let's see. And then they also offer the $10,000 incremental changes that you can continue to increase your insurance. These are also, I'm trying to think, the life insurance plan doesn't follow you after your termination with the county. So that would be something that you would have to talk with our broker if you wanted to continue on with your life insurance, but I just wanted to make that note because that's been questioned in the past of what happens with our life insurance once someone retires. And then I showed the age reductions on what you have available to you. Prescription savings, we work very closely with our in-house pharmaceutical team and try and negotiate as a savings because we found that one of our highest costs is our prescriptions. Some of those are prescriptions that do not offer generic, but we're hoping that possibly in 2026 we'll start moving. We've got some good strategy going forward with those. But otherwise, our providers push us to the generic brands to help as a cost savings for our plan. And as we said earlier, the more that we can save on our plan, the better premiums and we can provide to our employees. And then also the 90-day supply, trying to remind people if it's at all possible to do those 90-day supplies or mail order prescriptions as well, because those are also cost savings to the county that will help us in the long run. Supplemental. Our supplemental plans, we have accidental insurance, and it's not going any further. Accident insurance provides financial support to help cover unexpected costs associated with injuries. It ensures you're protected against both medical expenses and indirect costs of accidents, giving you peace of mind knowing that your coverage is guarantee issued, requiring no evidence of insurability when you enroll initially. So a monthly premium cost for an employee is $9.94. Employee and spouse is $16.71. Employee and children $17.69, and a family is $24.46. These are all also considered rate holds as well. We've had these same prices for this will be the third year, I believe, for all of our supplemental plans. And these are additional, right, supplemental. So those are things that the employee can choose to participate in or not. We've had great success with some employees that have had some tragedy within their households and have relied very highly on those supplemental plans. Critical illness insurance, the employee can choose $10,000 or $20,000. The guarantee issue is no higher than $20,000, and the spouse is 50% of whichever the employee's is. The dependents is 25%. And there's no pre-existing conditions when you're participating with this, and you receive a wellness benefit if you do a wellness check for $50 back to you as well. Sorry, I'm not allowing you any time to ask questions because I have another appointment that I'm so the hospital indemnity. This is when you are in the hospital for a maximum, your first day stay pays out $100. If you can move into intensive care, it pays $200 up to 31 days. And this again is a supplemental plan. It's been price locked for 3 years, I believe, possibly 4, but I know at least 3. Our employee assistance program, I would recommend we stay with BumpQuest. They are an excellent EAP program, and they offer lots of trainings that we've been able to utilize throughout the year, and we still have some that are planned. It's 24/7 access. They can work with you directly on the phone and when you're in a critical time, and then they also help us find counselors as well. And then I could not stop without recognizing our incredible wellness program. As you know, that I'm a big supporter of our wellness program. I believe that it helps us drive strategically to continue our decreased costs in our plan. When people are more engaged in their wellness and their overall well-being, it reflects in how our risk runs throughout the year. And I would ask the commission to continue to support that. As we're self-funded now, the funding that we'd had when we were level funded, we no longer have those funds being provided to us. And so I just ask that that be approved today as well. And then the last thing is Legal Shield. This is a new supplemental plan that's being offered. The Legal Shield is $9.98. This is for employees only. If you do the ID Shield plan is $4.98 and the dual plan is $14.95, and then you see there the costs if you're in a family plan. These things cover you anywhere from creation of a will to all different types of life events that you would need to seek out legal advice for. But if you're paying this cost, its total cost is within this plan, so you're not having to pay, $150, $400, for a consultation, whatever that going rate is now. We do have a couple of employees that are utilizing this plan even before it was part of our proposal today. And with that, that is all that I have. And I know I whizzed through it pretty quickly. But in summary, staying with Meritain, staying with Aetna, staying with Delta Dental, staying with IMAN, maintaining and continue on with our supplemental offerings, adding Legal Shield, and with rate hold on all of those. So there's no difference in cost or premiums.
The rate hold's incredible. I think the national average went up
Oh, that's right, I was going to mention
substantially.
that. I actually looked it up a little bit before here, and it's 18%.
18% was the
18%.
national average. I'd heard right in that area. So that's, congratulations to the employees in the county. They were all winners in that. So.
Yeah, we had a great meeting with our brokers, and I'm really thrilled to be able to stay with this rate moving forward. And I really hope that you guys will allow us to do the HSA front loading of that and maintaining my wellness program.
Any further questions?
No, my only real question is, I like the wellness plan, and I really support the wellness plan. I'm kind of thinking, though, budget-wise, until we have final numbers, that may be something that may have to...
Come in as a line item?
Yes,
Okay.
that's what I would propose,
Okay,
is that we look at the budget first and see if that's something we can do.
okay.
I'll bring this back and don't make a motion.
Do we need to have this approved today?
Yeah.
Right.
That way that we can
get
start
it
moving forward
going.
with the open enrollment rollout.
So we can make it contingent.
Yeah.
Right,
and
we
I-
can just, the wellness, we can,
Motions too.
What's that?
You can make motions
I
as
know.
well.
and
I just
Willis, I
like
think you
bossing
should
you
make,
for a change.
you should make the motion, Willis, to stay with our wellness.
Okay. With that said, I will make the motion to approve the 2026 employee benefit renewal proposal with conditions on the budget for the wellness program, allowing for that cost.
Okay,
Anything else?
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, I'll entertain a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes.
Yeah, I
Thank
can't
you,
commend
Tanya.
the employees enough for doing such a good job
It was
with your
incredible.
help care, and
being self-funded helps a
Yes,
lot.
it
To
does.
take that ownership in your total well-being and researching out different ways to save costs on all types of surgeries and where you have procedures done and all of those types of things.
yes, and our benefits, GBS, did commend us as well on doing such a good job and keeping the costs down, and that we picked a perfect time to go self-funded.
Yeah.
So,
And we are tabling the wage chart, is that correct?
Yes,
that
Okay.
is number 16.
16 is tabled.
All right, thank you.
Okay, at this time, we have need for a public hearing regarding the 2025 budget amendment. At this time, we open the floor to the public comments. Please keep your remarks to three minutes. so that everyone has a chance to speak. Remember that that is a time for comments and not for debate. To make this a productive and respectful space, let's keep it civil, avoid interruptions, and be mindful of the time limit. When making a public comment, please step to the microphone and state your name for the record. Please be courteous to those in attendance and wait for the microphone to be available before making comments. The county may not respond to the comments or answer questions. However, we value your input and take comments into consideration. So at this time, we'll open it to Mike to present it.
Thank you, Commissioner. I'd like to present Resolution 10-725R1. It is a budget opener for the 2025 budget. Commissioners, we've received grants over the last 3 months that we need to recognize in our budget so that we can spend those grants. First one is Fund 10, Children's Justice Center, $61,900. Road Department, $80,000. Grant funds in the general fund, $2,198,700. And economic development, $41,500. The revenues is CJC grant from the AG's office of $61,900. B Road funds of $80,000. NRCS grant of $2,112,700. And the rural grant program for $86,000. Energy Summit revenues of $8,500. And the Weber State Wildcat grant of $33,000. Moving the Municipal Service Fund, purchasing and grants, $30,000. Sheriff's Department, $20,000. He's received K-9 donations to cover that of $20,000. And Municipal Service Fund balance for $30,000. Moving to the library increase of $7,000. They have received an LSTA grant for $5,000 and private donations for $2,000. Transit room tax, travel and tourism, $123,500. Revenue is also from the travel and tourism for 90% of that is the Phenomicon, $123,500. And drug court, we're moving drug court pretrial services from the general fund to Fund 24. So that's moving that entire budget, and it is all grant funds and fees, $603,500. And then Fund 27 B Road for $80,000 to transfer back to general to cover the increase in the road department of $80,000. So with that, Commissioners, I would open up for any discussion or any questions anyone may have.
I would just say thank you to all involved in this. It's a good time to have an amendment to it and be able to receive these funds into the county. Some, even large ones, are passed through in accordance with federal, I guess, laws and regulations. So, but as you stated, this is the process for accounting where we can receive money and bring it into the funds for visibility and then move it out as needed. So it's a good one to have. So with that, we will open it to public comment. Anyone? Okay. Seeing no public comment, we will close this public hearing and move to item number 5, which is Resolution 10-7-2025R1 2025 budget increase or amendment.
I would make a motion that we approve resolution number 10-7-2025R1 as presented.
Okay, I'll entertain a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay, we're going to table number 6 and number 7. We need to do a little more work on some of those. So we're going to go to number 8, Pitney Bowes lease agreement, Caleb Hall.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. The lease agreement with Pitney Bowes is for the machine by the DMV. It covers the north and south admin buildings. It's just come to that time, it's out of compliance, and so I'm here to present. I've gone with purchasing, and we ran it through legal, so I didn't know if there was any other comments there, if we were good to go.
That's good.
Oh, great, okay. And I was just gonna go over the cost. So we were looking at the 60-month, and it's $375.55 a month. So that whole agreement, if we did the full 5 years, would end up being $22,533. But this covers maintenance, for them to keep automatic updates with it connects with the post office, but it allows us to keep business running as usual. So we just gotta get that up to code, and so I'm just here to get that approval today. I'll go ahead and order it.
Thank you, Caleb. Any comments?
No.
Okay.
All right.
I will make a motion to approve the Pitney Bowes lease agreement as presented by Caleb Hall. Entertain a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Would you include so
Okay.
that I can sign the agreement?
What's up?
Would you include that the clerk-auditor can sign the agreement?
And Clerk-Auditor can sign the agreement.
Okay.
That's okay
Is
with
there
you
a
guys?
reason we
No,
can't, we
you
don't
can-
just sign
We'll give
it?
it to you.
Oh, okay.
I think it's just been practice to,
Oh.
I mean, it doesn't matter. We just need
We
a
have to sign
representative.
something. I thought we had just passed something where we needed to sign all the agreements and contracts. I may be
Okay.
wrong. That's all I was bringing up. I don't know if it was passed or if it
Had
was,
discussion, I don't remember passing.
if we didn't have.
I
Okay.
don't think we passed it yet.
That's fine. I was just questioning that.
Okay,
Okay.
All right, thank you.
thank you. Okay, we're going to table number 9, and we're going to turn it over to the Jenny Bird Show. I think she's doing a magic trick today, so anyway, Jenny, you're up.
Jenny Bird, Purchasing and Grants. I have the next few on here. The first one I'm presenting is a grant from the Division of Outdoor Recreation. It's an OHVR grant for the installation of 3 cattle guards on the Steinaker Draw Road. These cattle guards will replace gates that are currently there. This will ensure public access to the Moonshine Arch and Red Mountain Trail systems. The grant award is $22,500. The county match is $6,282.72. All of the county's match is in kind, so that will include labor and equipment charges. The project total will be $28,782.72. This project was presented by Mike Cook at the August 6th work session. We sent the contract over to Lauren for review, and he's approved the contract. So I'm asking for commissioner approval on this.
Any comments? I would say this has been a long deal, and there's some new regulations from the state, and this will, from what I'm understanding, this will get us in compliance with the state.
Where's Mike? Yeah, just a second. Can you give him the approximate areas where they're going to be installed?
Sorry about my casual dress. I've been out in the field today. There's 3 cattle guards. One will be on the west property line of the Taylor property. It's where the Steinaker Draw basically runs from Taylor Mountain Road into Steinaker State Parks, running east and west. There's one on the west property line, one on the east property line where it enters into state parks, and then the third one is on the north property line up, kind of on where the county road crosses that property line. So,
Yeah, we was gonna Okay, with that, I would entertain a motion.
He's asking if he can make a comment.
Huh?
This gentleman wants to make a comment.
Do you want to, we can do that? Yeah, sure. Please state your name, Seth. We know you, but
Sorry, this has been an ongoing thing. So Seth Taylor, so we own the property there that this is going to affect. And my comment is you guys have mentioned that you're trying to avoid the utility easements as part of your OHV trails through there. All you're doing is putting a cattle guard on my property and going right back to the utility easement when you have the whole Steinaker draw road that you could put cattle guards and go through other individuals' property, get the same access. So you're putting cattle guards just on our property and not anybody else's. That's my comment concern.
I think this is something we would want to sit down and look at.
Sure, I'm more than happy.
Okay.
I'm just making that comment because it feels like we're just getting cattle guards on me rather than continuing on the Steinaker Draw Road all the way through to Red Fleet supposedly, and keeps us off the utility easements.
Okay. Yeah, we would love to visit with you
Sure.
after this if you have time.
Okay.
Okay.
thank you, Seth. Did we finish that one? Or we need to vote on it
I did have a
still?
quick question.
Okay.
Mike, I don't know if you have the answer. You can stay there, because I'm not sure if it's something you may know. We've asked for these cattle guards. Do we have to have said where they go and that's where they have to go? Or could we just use them where needed?
The scope of work is specific to that road. We can
Okay.
change the location, like if there's different areas, but it does say in the scope that it will be on the Steinaker Draw Road.
Okay,
And these are to be installed and maintained by
the county.
the county road department.
Correct.
Okay, I'd entertain a motion.
Well, I would make a motion that we do approve this grant at this time.
Okay, a vote.
Aye?
Aye. Motion carries. And number 11, Gennie.
All right. This is another OHVR grant that we received from the Division of Outdoor Rec. The grant award is $75,120. This will partially fund a 2-year seasonal trails crew. The county's match is $14,900 for a project total of $90,020. Our match, the majority of the match is payroll taxes, and that was an ineligible expense for the grant, so that's why this match is a little bit larger. The Department of Outdoor Rec funded a seasonal trails crew in 2024 and 2025, so this is just kind of a renewal asking that they fund for 2026 and 2027 seasons. This crew is managed by our trails coordinator, Mike Cook. And yeah, the match includes payroll taxes, fuel for the crew, and $500 in equipment. So I'm asking for approval on
Is
that.
it a 2 or 3 man,
2-person.
2-person crew? Okay.
Okay. Any other discussion on that? I would make a motion that we accept the Division of Outdoor Recreation OHV grant as presented by Gennie Bird. Call for a vote?
Aye.
Passes. And that puts us down to number 12. Oh, it's Gennie.
Another grant. The county received a grant from the state of Utah's Division of Arts and Museum in the amount of $8,700. This supports the general operating expenses for the Museum of Uintah County.
Formerly the Heritage Museum.
Yes, formerly the Heritage Museum. We just turn in our expense report for the year, and there's no match. They'll just reimburse up to $8,700. We sent this over to Lauren for a review, and he's approved the contract language, so I'm just asking for approval on this.
I would make that motion, but we approve the grant as presented.
Oh, let's have a unintended vote. Aye. Motion carries. See who's next. Oh, it's Gennie.
It's me again. Okay, this is The contract, so we posted a RFP for insurance consultants for the employee benefit plans. GBS won that bid. They were awarded. They're currently under contract. That's why Tanya HR is able to continue with the selection of the plans for this year. This will be a renewal for 5 years. And it's not a flat rate. They have a pretty complex fee structure. It's mostly based on commissions. They have different percentage rates for different categories, but that was all reviewed in the RFP process. So I am asking for approval of the master service agreement for 5 years with GBS.
Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jenny. Next, we have ordinance. It's item number 14, and Matthew Gearing is going to present that.
Good afternoon, Commissioners.
Good afternoon.
So Matthew Gearing, GIS. On January 28th of this year, this Deep Creek Road, unnamed road, was put on public hearing and requested that it be vacated. All the necessary paperwork was done. This property that I have highlighted here, the owner wanted, instead of their road vacated, they wanted it rerouted. So we had, planned to reroute. We had given them a time frame of 6 months, that if they did not get it surveyed or acceptable reroute road, then we would vacate the portion. They have since come to us and said, well, we'll just vacate it anyway. So they no longer wish for it to be on their property or rerouted. So this ordinance 1007202501 will be the vacation of this section that's highlighted in red down here. And so we come to the commission asking for approval to vacate this road.
So this road goes across private property but does not access public grounds in any way.
That is correct, yes.
And it doesn't cut off any access for any other private property owner?
No.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Okay, I'd make a motion that we approve ordinance 10-07-202501, vacating a portion of this Class D road as presented by Matthew Gearing. Call for a vote.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. It is now time for public comment. I read the top portion of this previously, so we'll go with that. And I will add, please be aware the county may not have power to act on some comments. A total of 3 minutes will be allotted for public comments. Each speaker will have a total of 15 minutes will be allotted. Each speaker will have 5 minutes to make their comment. We truly value hearing from the community, and while this portion of the meeting is limited, we welcome more depth and conversation. If you'd like to continue the discussion, please feel free to stay after the meeting. We'd be glad to schedule a time to meet with you and talk further. So is there public comment at this time?
More of an FYI, Commissioners. Next week, ballots are scheduled to be in the mail, 14th, 15th, right there. You should be, by the end of next week. If you haven't got one, give us a call. But everyone in the county will not be receiving a ballot. If you're in Jensen Water District, you'll get one. If you're in Vernal City, Naples City, Ashley Valley Water and Sewer District, or Tridella Point Water, you'll be getting a ballot. Nobody on the west side, Ballard Water, Ballard City, Olray Park, none of those are participating. Mazer Water is not participating. They are all unopposed. They've all canceled their elections. So just FYI, be watching for a ballot by the end of next week. But again, not everyone will receive a ballot. If you've got questions, go to vote.utah.gov and you can look up and see if you'll be receiving a ballot and verify that you're still registered at your current address.
Thank you, Mike. Anyone else for public comment? Okay, seeing none, I'll entertain a motion.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
We are adjourned. Thank you for coming.